Hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar, an orientation to your member benefits with Michigan Nonprofit Association. My name is Sarah Pinder. I'm the Engagement Director here at MNA, and I do think we'll go ahead and get started because we have a lot to cover today and I want to be mindful of your time. As I said, it's great to have you as members of MNA. We so appreciate it. And today's webinar is really has two purposes: to show you what your member benefits are, as well as how to access them via the website. Also, I hope this webinar gives you a connection point with MNA and some staff and people to reach out to in case you have any questions. We'd love to help you. So just some really quick information about MNA. We were incorporated in 1990. We currently serve more than 1,000 member organizations statewide, and we do that through capacity building, civic engagement, and public policy. Three things you'll definitely learn more about on today's webinar. So in regards to giving you a connection point, I want you to meet our stakeholder engagement team. That's my picture there in the middle, and our contact information is listed here. My colleague Carly Palmer is also in the room today helping out with any questions. And by the way, if you have questions, you can certainly use the chat or the question box from your end, and we'll definitely get to those probably toward the end of the webinar. And also the third member of our team, Bill Gesseman, he's our Strategic Growth Officer, and you can reach out to him with any questions as well. As I mentioned, one of the ways we serve the nonprofit sector is through public policy and advocacy work. You can see that we focus on issues such as tax policy, budget and spending, and public and private collaborations. Our two members of our public policy and advocacy team are Joan Bowman and Terry Streetman. So again, feel free if you're interested in learning more about advocacy. I'll tell you a little bit more about it when we actually get to our website tour today. But you can reach directly out to Joan or Terry if you have questions in that area. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and switch right over to our MNA website, which is how you access the majority of your member benefits. While I'm going over there, I do want to mention a couple things. While we were starting the webinar, you may have seen the list of upcoming events. We do have a very busy next few months with events. If you work with a board of directors, we're actually having a really cool three-part webinar series starting on February 23rd called Elephants in the Boardroom. So if you're ever looking for support on how to work better with your board of directors or how to deal with some of those sometimes uncomfortable issues that come up, definitely check that out, and you can reach that get more information about that via our web events calendar. We also have a special two-part series starting on March 15th called Moves Management. This is a philosophy in fundraising. If I have any fundraisers on the phone today, that probably will sound familiar. But partnering with a group out of Colorado that specializes in Razor's Edge and bringing some training that way. So again, March 15th, Moves Management two-part series, and you can find more information on our website on the events calendar. So that's what you should be seeing right now is the front page of the MNA website, and we are going to go ahead and get started. So as I mentioned, most of your member benefits are available via our website. You should have a username and password. If you don't, I'll show you how you can get it. But I would recommend when you first come to the website to always log in. So you can go to the upper right-hand corner and log in. I'm doing that right now. This way you'll be able to get to all your member benefits without getting blocked by a request to log in. So as you can see, when I do that, I get on the member dashboard. And over on the left, there's some helpful links. As I just mentioned, a few of those events both those events I just mentioned are offered at a member discount. So this link over here on the left, member discount codes, is something you'll use frequently to get in and see what the discounts are, as well as how you access your member discounts. So lots of helpful links from the actual member dashboard that you can use. If you don't have your username or password, feel free to reach out to us, or when you go to that login screen, you can click the Forgot Password or Forgot Username link and get sent the information directly from the website. So definitely make sure that you have your login information, and if not, work on reaching out to us or using those tools to retrieve it. So today we're going to spend most of our time over here under membership and looking at nonprofit resources, but to start out with, I'm going to start from the right side of the website under Who We Are. I have mentioned a few times that you can reach out to staff. It's often better if you reach out directly to staff. So you can find our full staff listing here, complete with email addresses and phone numbers. And again, if you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to someone. If they're not the correct person, they will get you to someone who can help you. Also under that Who We Are is our Get Connected tab. This is a really great place to visit and see other ways you can connect with MNA. We are on social media, so check us out on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. We also have some really great e-newsletters, and this is where you can sign up for those. If you're a primary or secondary contact on your account, you will be signed up for the My Nonprofit News and the Public Policy Action Alerts, but anyone can sign up for these newsletters, so if you're not the primary and secondary, I suggest that you do that. The My Nonprofit News comes out every other Friday and has our most general information about upcoming events, sector trends, etc. And our Public Policy and Action Alert is a little bit different. They come out periodically when we need you to take action on something related to the nonprofit sector. So definitely get signed up for those e-newsletters, and it's a great way to stay in touch with us and what's happening. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the webinar that your organizational membership, we're on a webinar, but your membership is good for the full organization, including your staff, your board members, and key volunteers. So any of the benefits that you can see can be extended to that group of folks. If you want, you can decide how you want to do it among your organization. You can share your username and password with others, or you can reach out to us and have us set up additional usernames and passwords for other key people on your staff. So again, going back to looking at the website, I'm going to go one tab over into Technology Services. MNA does host our own technology service. That means we have some great guys named Mark and Adam. They do managed care service, which is taking care of your desktop computers, your laptops, your networking, all different types of tech support. So if you are stuck doing that in your organization and would like some support, definitely reach out to MNA Tech and inquire about the services that you may need. So as I mentioned, one of the ways that MNA serves the nonprofit sector is through civic engagement. We do that a few different ways. We have a couple of different programs, one Michigan Campus Compact, where we work with colleges and universities around the country and help them develop college students that are civically engaged. We also do some youth civic leadership initiatives and work with K-12 educators that are working to help incorporate service learning information into their curriculum. We also have some great national service programs, including our AmeriCorps Vista programs. We have about 30 Vistas throughout the state at various nonprofits that help in all different areas and strengthen the work that those nonprofits are doing in the local communities. So that's a little bit about MNA's civic engagement work. On the next tab under research and publications, we have some great resources for you that I want to point out. First is our Michigan Nonprofit Management Manual. This is one of my favorite resources to talk about. It is just that. It's a manual. It's about 600 pages long, and it's meant to be used like that. It has a really great table of contents and index that help you find information and answers to questions in this manual It's not something that you sit around in the evening and read a chapter of, but really great for especially new nonprofit managers. As a member, you receive the discounted price of $75, and as a non-member, it would be $95. But it covers everything. You can see there. Topics include reporting, budgets, fund development, accounting, record keeping, human resources. The list goes on and on. It really is an awesome resource. So I'd encourage you to take a closer look at the management manual. Second there on the list is the Michigan Compensation and Benefits Report. We just released this in November. This is a really cool report if you're looking to do any hiring or need some justification for your salaries, or you're just curious to see what it is that the nonprofit sector is paying leaders and board members, leaders and staff. What we did is we asked nonprofits within the state of Michigan, about 300 this year, to report on all this type of data, everything from salary and benefits to how many vacation days they're offering, and et cetera. And what you get in this report is 74 different positions, and they're broken down by geographic region, type of organization, and budget size. So that allows you, if you're in an arts organization in Southeast Michigan and you're looking to hire a development director, you can find a table in this report that reflects the information and allows you to see what other nonprofits in your area are paying that person. It basically makes you really competitive in the nonprofit job hiring scene to be able to know what other people are doing as well. I must say that it is reporting what is happening, maybe not what should be in the sector, so we're always on a track to make our sector better compensated. But that is a great report and definitely something you should check into. As a member, you would receive it for $100, which is an $80 savings over non-members. The next one down, an introduction to working in Michigan's nonprofit sector.Maybe if you're just interested in the sector or you know someone that is, this is a really great, very quick read and resource, but available for $10. As you can see, scroll down there and you can get other publications, some free things. This MNA Links magazine you will start receiving on a quarterly basis from MNA. It's a professional publication and covers various topics each quarter regarding things that are pertinent to the nonprofit sector. So further down there in the Nonprofit Good Practice Guide, I like to point out this is a joint project that we do with the MSO network, which I'll talk about a little bit more toward the end of the webinar. But a really great site that you can link to. It has all different resources and various principles and practices that are important to nonprofits. So for instance, I'm going under financial management. You can see that there's sample cash flow projections, sample operating budget, etc. And you can see down toward the bottom the organizations that collaborate on this site with us. So I'm going to continue scrolling down and just point out Principles and Practices is a really great resource, especially for newer nonprofits. And it just kind of outlines the things that nonprofits should be doing. It's presented in a few different ways. The guide gives you the most information, but there's a really helpful assessment and checklist there too that you can see kind of where your organization, how it stands up to the things that are really recommended for most nonprofits. And also the Nonprofit Advocacy Michigan Primer. This is a how-to book and kind of gives you the parameters of what you're allowed to do. And when it comes to advocacy and public policy work, it's a great read. You know, right now we're seeing a lot of increased passion and dedication to being civically engaged. So I'd encourage you, if your organization is thinking about that, getting involved in that way, to definitely check out the primer, and it will give you some really great basic information. This final document is also a really great resource and tool that we work on in partnership with the Michigan Attorney General's Office, and gives citizens a great kind of tool or framework to know whether the organizations they are giving to are credible. So definitely check that out if you're interested. So lots of free publications and research. I won't go into it right now, but these other two that come up on the menu, the economic benefits and the Michigan Civic Health Index, they could probably each have a webinar of their own. They're really cool research projects. The economic benefits data tells us that 1 in every 11 workers in Michigan's workforce works for Michigan's nonprofit sector. I think it's more than 438,000 people work for nonprofits. So if you ever had any question, we are part of something big. You're part of something bigger in the nonprofit sector. So some really cool data there. And they actually have charts and tables so you can break it down for your local community. So I'd encourage you to check that out. As I mentioned, we do work in the public policy and advocacy space. Here's the website that you can find more information on that. If you go to Michigan Nonprofit Caucus, we do help with a nonprofit caucus. It's both bipartisan and bicameral, meaning there's Democrats and Republicans from both the House and the Senate, and you can see more information there. If you scroll down on this page, you can see our 2016-17 legislative agenda. We have a big push right now on property tax exemption and some issues that nonprofits throughout the state have been facing. So if you're interested in that, and if you're a nonprofit that owns property, you should probably be. Definitely read here to find more information, or reach out to Joan or Terry that I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, and they can give you more information. Also, if you're in the Southeast Michigan area, check out the Southeast Michigan Public Policy Council. It's a benefit that you're allowed to join it through MNA, and it may be of interest to you to get more involved in public policy and advocacy. So as promised, I'm over to the membership tab, and now I'm going to tell you a little bit about your member benefits and how to access them. So on the first menu there is our Job Center. Some of you might be familiar with this. Our Job Center is one of our best used resources. It's twofold. It's made up of this website where you can view all the job opportunities. Also, all new job opportunities go out in an email every Friday morning, so you can sign up for that via our website. As a nonprofit member, you receive a discounted rate on posting. You can post a job for 30 days with your logo for only $75. So when you come in here, you can look at the current job postings. You can sort by job category and see what's available. I highly encourage you to use this service if you're looking for great talent, as the website gets about 18,000 hits a month, so it's very well used, and we get some great candidates off this nonprofit job center. The only parameters are is your job has to be housed in Michigan, and it has to be a nonprofit job. And other than that, anything can be posted. So now we're on the Membership and Nonprofit Resources tab, and as you can see, this is the whole chart of member benefits. We always have a featured benefit at the top. Right now it's the Compensation and Benefits Report, which I've already discussed, so I'm going to scroll right down. And now you can see in the section of Fundraising and Finance Support, the first one on the left there is access to GrantStation. GrantStation is one of our largest member benefits, and so I hope you're taking advantage of it. You can get to GrantStation from anything, but in order to get free access, you really have to come through the MNA website. So come to the MNA website, log in, and then click to GrantStation, and you'll get logged in, and you'll know you're in the right place. It'll say up here in the top right, Welcome to Michigan Nonprofit Association. So GrantStation is an online grants database, meaning you can find new grant opportunities. There's some other really great tools on their site, which I'll show you, but I'll show you real quick how you would do a search. So over here on the left under search, I go to U.S. Grants. There's a few different databases, but I usually use U.S. Charitable Giving Database. And then there's 3 different ways to search. I choose Advanced Search. It gives you the most capability to pare down the results. So the first thing you can do is choose funders with a geographic focus. I usually go in here and narrow it down to Michigan. And then you can select areas of interest. I'm just going to go with arts, culture, and humanity. and I'm scrolling down. The third thing you can do is select your type of support. So I am going to click General Operating Support, and then I'm going to hit Find Funders. As you can see, with those search criteria, I ended up with 70 total records. What that means is all these funders listed under here fund in those parameters, so you can click on any of these funder names. So I'm going to go to Air Products Foundation. It tells me where that foundation is, what they fund, primary contact, maybe how much they give in a year. Lots of great information that will really help you when you're narrowing down your grant search to see if this is an appropriate opportunity for you. Now, if I didn't want to spend my time looking through 70 records, you can definitely narrow down your search criteria. If you go up here on the upper right to their tour link, you can see a quick web video and that gives you some really great suggestions on how to make your search a little bit more specific. Also, as I mentioned, they've got great resources under this tab called Write over on the left that gives you some great information for writing a grant. If you've never written a grant, this lays out all the different parts of a grant and gives you some great suggestions. So definitely take a few minutes to browse GrantStation. It's one of our best member benefits, and I encourage everyone to take a look at it. So going back to our website, under Fundraising and Finance Support, we also offer a 15% discount on the Foundation Center online. This is a similar grants database, but you can check that out if you're interested. This Finance Unlocked for Nonprofits, this is just a really neat resource that was shared with us by another state association out in Washington State. It's a series of 6 videos. They're very brief. They're made with an improv actor and a CPA, and they explain nonprofit finance, and they're actually pretty entertaining because of the improv actor. So if you're looking for a new way to onboard new staff or new board members and give them the basics, that video series is really neat, and it's available totally for free. If you're looking for solutions in credit card processing, definitely check out Card Connect. They offer discounts, and by connecting with them, they can tell you more about that. As I mentioned, MNA offers lots of discounted and free events. If you click here, you'll get taken to the web calendar, which is always up to date, and you can see what events that we have coming up. If you see this little orange guy in any of the events, that means there's a member rate for that event. But you can click through the calendar and see what we have coming up. Also, we do have a webinar archive, so webinars like today's or things that we've had in the past, you can see are all available there, and you can view those online. So we had some great ones about a year ago on nonprofit HR and a benefit that we have called Consultation HR. We've also had a few different ones with GrantStation that offer some really great grant writing support. So check out the free webinars, and you can watch those whenever it's convenient for you. Also, we work with a group called Nonprofit Risk Management Center, and they offer a couple different benefits to you. There are free risk management webinars, and you can also get risk management questions answered directly from them. So this is another one that you must access from the MNA's website to get free access to it. Oh, and this is not usually what comes up, but basically when you go there, you can view the nonprofit risk management webinars that they have once a month. You can get questions asked, and questions answered, and they also have a really cool tool, which is nonprofit risk management policies. And those allow you to create a customized risk management policy. So everything from maybe a vacation policy to, a tobacco and drug-free zone for nonprofits, all different types of things. And your member benefit gets you those for only $29 for a policy, as opposed to $179 for non-members. So definitely something to check out. My apologies that that link isn't working today. I will definitely get with them right after this webinar and see what's going on there. But definitely check out the Nonprofit Risk Management Center. We also have some great opportunities to learn online through MindEdge. MindEdge is a partner, and you always receive a 10% discount on their courses. And they run anything. You can see they've got one that's a certificate in nonprofit management, to all different types of topics: fundraising, how to read a financial statement, etc. So definitely an easy way to share some of the benefits with your staff is to let them know about MindEdge, and they are able to enroll in courses that they can take right from their desk and get some really great professional development. We also have a document library, which includes everything from communications. You can see volunteer management, evaluation, financial management, etc. So check that out if you're looking for documents and some templates. We also have some discounts with all campus for higher education. Another great one to pass along to your staff. This Principles and Practices guide is from our partners in a national organization called Independent Sector. We'll actually be partnering with them this year as they're coming to Michigan to host their conference in October. So stay tuned for more information on that. But if you're looking for basic principles to follow in your organization, definitely check that out. I think you have to put in your email address to get that resource, but it is free, so you can access it via their site. We already talked a little bit about the management manual and the MNA Links magazine, so I'm going to continue scrolling down. As you can see, we've partnered with some of the largest universities in Michigan, and we're able to offer tuition discounts, especially when it comes to educating nonprofit leaders. So University of Michigan Dearborn offers a 20% discount off of tuition and fees, and Oakland University is offering a 25% discount on their nonprofit certificate. And Michigan State is offering their couple of scholarships to their EMBA program. So MNA members would receive a free application fee and then be eligible to apply for the EMBA scholarship for that program. So definitely check that out. Again, pass it along to your staff if it's something they may be interested in. So as you can see, I am getting pretty close to my time. I'll be probably another 5, maybe 7 minutes longer. So I hope that you can hang out and that you're learning something from this. And if not, we are recording the webinar, and we'd be happy to send that out. Or you can find it in the the webinar archive. So as I mentioned, the Job Center is available, as well as the Compensation and Benefits Report. Consultation HR is another great member benefit. It is a system for performance and compensation management. So if you have a lot of employees that you need to review each year and or determine whether they're eligible for a compensation increase, Constellation HR is a web-based program that allows you to do that. It's really neat. We're just starting to use it here at MNA, and definitely a great thing to check out. You receive a benefit as a member, 20% off of discount fees, and a 10% discount on the service. They also did some really great webinars for us about a year ago, so you can link and see those from here. And they give more information about the system, but also just basic, really great general information on nonprofit HR. So Verified Volunteers is another service that we partner with. They offer discounted background checks, but they also have a pretty unique way of offering their service. They have a shared platform, so if you partner with other organizations within your community, or say you have a volunteer that volunteers for both the Girl Scouts and the local hospital, if both of those places accept verified volunteers, the volunteer can kind of take charge of their own background check and share that among the organizations that they work with. So Verified offers a 20% discount off of background checks, and is definitely a really neat kind of new take on how to do volunteer background checks. So I'd encourage you to check that out if that's a need that your organization has. As I mentioned, my Risk Management Center will definitely troubleshoot that, but you can check out their policies and that if you need a new policy in your workplace. We also work with Lyman and Sheets to offer director and officer liability insurance quotes. So if that's something that you need, also check them out. The Nonprofit Technology Network, N10, they offer benefits with MNA and offer a free year of benefits, and that basically gets you access to some of their online trainings, money off their conference registration, and money off of nonprofit tech position posting. Very good if you're the accidental techie in your office and you need to learn more about that. So I'm getting to the bottom here. The Consultant and Resource Directory is another great place to visit. If you're looking for more targeted one-on-one support, our business marketplace, these are all businesses that have joined MNA as members as well. So they are businesses that specifically work with nonprofits. And you can see you can narrow it down by category and region. So just for instance, if I'm looking for a new auditor and I am in Central Michigan, I can put in those search terms and find lots of consultants. Keep in mind that you should vet these just like any other consultants that you work with, and definitely check out who they've worked with before and maybe even reach out to some of those people for a good referral. So go back to the Nonprofit Resources page. And another way to connect with people through your membership is your nonprofit member directory. As a nonprofit member, your organization is listed in here, so you might want to go search for it and see if it says what you want it to say. But you can also search by county or organization type. For instance, if you're looking to collaborate with other organizations throughout the state that do similar work as you can look at that and connect with others there. One of our final benefits is nonprofit RFP distribution. So again, if you are looking for a specific service, say you're looking for an auditor, you can fill out this form online and it comes directly to us. What we do with it then is send your information to all those people from our business member directory that fall into the category that you're looking for and offer the services that you're looking for, and are also in your geographic region. What that allows you to do is just one-stop shopping with MNA. We take the burden of you having to send that to 8 different auditors in your local community. So definitely use the nonprofit RFP distribution. That's totally a free service, and it just should help you make things a little bit simpler for you. And then the people responding to your RFP reach out directly to you. We also have some great advertising and sponsorship opportunities. If you're interested in that, click there. We have some events that are available for sponsorships, some conference scholarships that we're looking for sponsorships for, and you can also advertise in any of our publications. So if you're looking to reach the nonprofit sector, definitely check out advertising and sponsorship opportunities. One last thing, I did mention before that we work with a network of management support organizations. These are nonprofits that serve other nonprofits in the state through capacity building. There's about 11 in the network. You can see as I scroll down, they're from all over the state. So there's likely one in your area. If you're not familiar with them, I'd encourage you to figure out who they are. And these are folks that can provide some more valuable one-on-one support. Maybe you need a board training, maybe you're looking for someone to help with your strategic plan, but definitely check out the MSO network as they provide great resource to their community. So thank you for sticking with me today. That is the end of our presentation. Again, we really appreciate your membership. If there's any questions, we can definitely help with that, and I just encourage you to use the chat box. But I really hope that you take full advantage of your MNA membership, and again, reach out to us if you have any questions going forward. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.